I thought you loved me too. That was the part that broke me, not the ending. The gap between what I felt and what was actually there.
Because I was not confused. I was not imagining things. I felt something real. Something that made me rearrange my days around you. Something that made me save screenshots and replay conversations and fall asleep thinking about what I would say next time I saw you. Something that felt so specific it could not possibly be one-sided. But it was. And the hardest part is there was no moment of clarity. No fight, no confession. You just slowly became less present. Replies got shorter, plans got vague. The warmth I used to feel from you started to feel like something I was chasing instead of something I was receiving. And I kept explaining it away. You were busy, you were tired, you had things going on. I gave you every excuse I could think of because the alternative was admitting something I was not ready to face. That you were never really in this the way I was. I think about when it started, not when it ended, when it started. Because there was a version of this that felt mutual.
A version where you would look at me a certain way and I would feel like the most obvious thing in the world was happening between us.
Where the conversation never ran out. Where being near you felt electric and easy at the same time. I wonder if you felt any of it. Or if I was just a good feeling you had sometimes without it ever meaning what it meant to me. That is the question that stays. Not do you miss me? Not could things have been different? Just, did you ever actually feel it? Even once? Because I built something in my head that I thought we were building together. I thought the late night texts were intimacy. I thought the inside jokes were a foundation. I thought showing up for you was something you noticed and wanted back. But you were not building anything. You were just existing near me, and I mistook proximity for connection. That is what one-sided love does to you. It makes you a very creative writer of a story that only has one author. And the worst part is not even the rejection. You never really rejected me, you just never chose me. And somehow the absence of a no kept me holding on to a yes that was never coming.
Because if you had said, I do not feel that way, I could have grieved it and moved.
But you never said anything. You just stayed close enough to give me hope and far enough to give me nothing real. So I stayed in the in-between. Not together, not over. Just waiting in a space that had no name and no exit. I want to be honest about what that costs. It is not just the sadness.
It is the way it bends your self-perception.
You start reading yourself through the lens of why they did not choose you. You start wondering what is wrong with you instead of accepting that nothing is wrong with you and some things are just not mutual. You start making yourself smaller, more available, more agreeable, hoping that somewhere in the adjusting you will finally become whatever it is they need. But that is not love. That is disappearing. And I disappeared a little trying to fit into something that was never going to hold me. Here is what I know now. The love you feel is real, even when it is not returned. Your capacity to feel that deeply is not a weakness. It is not naivety.
It is proof that you are someone who can love fully without a guarantee.
And that is actually rare. But it belongs somewhere it will be met, not here. Not with someone who lets you love them without ever deciding to love you back. You did not love me too, and I am done pretending the maybe was enough. I deserved a yes that did not need to be earned.
And somewhere out there that yes exists.